I told YUL, you cannot leave the marriage, because if you leave the marriage, you know what was going on. You were scared. I told him, I said, YUL, you are scared. It is not like you don't want to leave. If you have to make this decision again, you will not make it to be where you are. He said yes. I said you are scared to leave because you know something bad, drastic will happen to you if you leave. Two things will happen. First, you will have a stroke. The other thing that will happen, you will become mentally imbalanced and unstable. I said those are the two things I saw will happen to you if you leave. I said, but you need prayers. There are certain rights, there are certain prayers you have to do. You have to undergo certain deliverance to be loose from the bondage where you are. He said yes, but at the end of the day, he did not listen. It's to everybody who is calling, this man is already in deep issues. He cannot leave. I told him the day we spoke. So when I say people trying everything, I have peace instead. Because this is somebody that is not where he wanted to be. It is a circumstance that has overwhelmed him. And sometimes he is playing with because he is scared of his life. May God liberate every man that has been held captive in the
Welcome back. I do not pity YUL. No, I don't pity him at all. At times, yes, I sometimes have empathy as a human being for him. I do, regardless, I do. But let me put it in a proper context, proper phrase. Like, I stopped having pity, empathy for him. I do at the initial stage. But after a while, I observed certain traits and characteristics. I said, no, not at all. You heard what the prophetess said. You heard what she said. You know, there was a time that we dedicated time to leave our own problems and challenges to pray on behalf of YUL, to intercede. People dedicated their platform. Prayers were made, even if it's a short one. If it is this, some people prayed hoping that he would change. He would just turn around, like where he's going, this and that, what's going to happen to him. You heard stroke and mental illness. Did you hear that? Stroke and mental illness. Stroke and mental illness. You do not have to be a spiritual person. You do not need any spiritual highs. You do not need any spiritual ears. You do not need to have ability to dream. You do not dream dreams, you know. You do not. You don't need to have any special forensic, esoteric, whatever ways to connect, to find out about what is happening in the life of YUL. We are looking at him, following the pattern of his life from the beginning, and now you realize that YUL has dropped so hard that the crack or cracks on him is so vivid and evident. It's so vivid. So vivid. And the worst of it is that the person who has the crack on him so big is not seeing the crack yet as he should see it. He knows that there is a big, huge problem with him. He knows that his life is not where it's supposed to be. He knows that he has lost everything. He lost friends that can connect him. He lost people who can put him right. You have to be around certain people who will connect you to certain people. At times, that's how it works on people. It's called connection. At times, you don't need to even know people. You don't need to even hang out around certain individuals. Just for one, little break here. Just like how May got our own on social media. It's not as if she went around knowing people. She wasn't an actress, but she had a break. And that break is what gave her that she has right now. So YUL, he doesn't see the crack. He doesn't see nothing. Now, you see, YUL wants to manipulate things. He wants to manipulate things. And Juju Austin wants to destroy. YUL is neck deep. His head is not buried yet. It's neck deep. You know, when you are you fall into the well or mud and you are neck deep. You know what I mean? Neck deep. Is neck deep into this. He knows the consequence of what he has done, and getting out of it is not easy. He knows that getting out of it, the fear of getting out of it, the problem that surrounds it, the oath, or some will say vow. I'm not talking of marriage now. I'm talking of something deeper. The oath that you are taking and what he has done. It is afraid. He's so much afraid. That is why he's moving around like an headless chicken, like a man without direction. At times, he might want to do what he needs to do, but he can't do it because he's locked down, held down. He has been spiritually tied. He also tied himself spiritually. He also willingly walked into trap. He also helped himself, and helped his enemies to tie him down. He did a lot of things to himself. May we not fall into this. All for I want to be a politician. All for I want more money. All for I was in the industry long time. I was in this entertainment industry. All for, but I'm older than this other guy. All for that competition, that spirit. Like, oh, I think I should have this too. Not that it wasn't, things were a bit okay for him back in those days. In fact, it was okay. He had endorsement, he had these, things were going for him. He's not begging for food. Things were okay for him to an extent in those years. But now, YUL, things are worse. So, YUL, you think you can manipulate a prophetess to help you attack me. Is it? Who is beating this drum, telling you to dance, that there is no problem? Go ahead, dance. The drum will not stop. Keep dancing. Keep dancing. Who is telling you to do this? Is it Juju Austin? It's so sad. You see, in life it's important for you to take greed out of your heart. Erase it out of your mind. Take it out of your eyes. Self-centeredness. It is only me. It is only me. I am the wisest. I need to have it all for myself. Lack of empathy. Growing up with that narcissistic, that stupid chip on you, on your shoulder. That I'm not saying you should live a downcasted life. Humility does not mean foolishness. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I mean, when you feel too much that you are everything, you will make mistakes. You will let your guard down. You will let your guard down. That's what it is. Somehow, YUL, this road that you walk into, and also even trying to attack your ex-wife, because this marriage of a thing, I don't think, because that's the only part that I don't want to accept in all of this, that you think that May will return back to you. It's not possible. May will not return back. She is comfortable how she is. What makes you think, unless God's divine, interference in this, like, that's a special grace, not something that happens all often. Unless that, I don't think it's possible that she will return back to you like, all right, you know what, let me return back to YUL. She's going to consider a lot of things, because YUL, you have accumulated a lot of demons. You have accumulated a lot of negative energy, and she's not going to allow this to come into her life. So how is she going to accept this one? How's she going to accept this? So about that one, I don't know. I really don't know. I want you guys to comment on this one. You heard what the prophetess said. YUL, here you are today. Here you are. Here you are. Where were you before? But here you are now. You are here now. Where were you before? Have you taken time to do what they call feasibility study? Have you checked? Have you looked inwards? Or there is no inward anymore? There is nothing for you to look into anymore? Well, this is sad. I want you guys to drop your comment about this one. Drop your comment. Like and share. See you in the next update.